If you're over 50, you've probably already noticed that your body doesn't respond the same way it used to. Waking up in the morning takes more effort, your muscles feel stiffer, and it seems like the energy that once flowed naturally now needs to be called upon to get into action. Climbing stairs, which used to be automatic, now feels heavier on your legs, as if each step requires activation that your body no longer delivers as quickly. Your posture, once firm and upright in your youth, may now show signs of curvature, as if your body is slowly giving in to time. And the worst feeling of all isn't the pain, the stiffness, or even the slowness. It's the sensation that your muscles are shutting down from within, as if they're slowly deactivating, losing the ability to generate strength and support. But the most important part isn't what has changed, it's what you can still regain. Because despite the natural transformations that occur over the years, the human body remains an extraordinary machine, full of reserves, possibilities, and adaptive capacity. Even after 50, 60, or even 70 years, the body still has the power to transform, to rediscover strength that once felt lost, to awaken dormant muscles, to restore joint stability, and bring vitality back to movement. And that transformation doesn't require impossible routines, acrobatic-like exercises, absurd weights, or extreme diets that drain more energy than they deliver. None of that is necessary. What you really need is 3 simple exercises. 3 movements that, when performed with intention, correct technique, and consistency, have the potential to completely transform how your body feels and functions. These are movements that can improve your posture, strengthen your foundation, increase your stability, restore mobility to your joints, and activate essential muscles for your daily independence. And that's exactly what you're about to discover. This content isn't made for people in their 20s or 30s, full of natural energy, and a muscular system that responds instantly to any stimulus. It's made for those who have lived more of life, who carry experience, but who refuse to accept physical decline as something inevitable. It's made for those who look in the mirror and know that strength, vitality, and energy are still there, waiting to be reclaimed. For those who want to feel strength in their legs again, stability while walking, confidence when bending down, and even that lightness when climbing stairs that once seemed lost. For those tired of constant pain, stiffness that limits freedom of movement, and confusing exercises that do more harm than good. But before diving into each exercise, there's one crucial step, and it's entirely yours, deciding to start. Regardless of your age, background, limitations, or current fitness level, nothing changes unless you take the first step. What truly matters is your willingness to begin and your commitment to your own body. No exercise in the world, no matter how good, works if it stays on your phone screen. Your body only wakes up when you put it into motion. If you perform each movement with intention, proper technique, and respect for your pace, breathing, and current ability, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Imagine for a moment how your life could feel in the coming weeks. Less stiffness in your legs, more stability while walking, more confidence to support yourself without fear, more strength for simple yet essential movements. And maybe most importantly, the feeling of regaining control over your own body. Texto Amigos, before we continue, I want you to understand that this content was created for men and women between the ages of 50 and 65 who don't want to age poorly, who want to feel better, stronger, and more confident. People who know there's still time for transformation, that the body can indeed improve, that age doesn't have to mean weakness, and that vitality can be rebuilt with practice, consistency, and knowledge. Now, let's get to what really matters, the exercises. And we'll start with one of the most important movements in your life, the special squat. This isn't the deep squat you see in gyms, and it doesn't require extra weight or extreme flexibility. It mimics the simple act of sitting down and standing up from a chair, something you do multiple times a day, often without realizing its importance. This exercise brings back the most fundamental ability for healthy aging, standing up with autonomy, confidence, and control. When done correctly, the special squat activates your quadriceps, glutes, and core all at once. This creates hip stability, protects the knees, improves mobility, and reduces strain on the spine. When you keep your abs engaged during the movement and look forward, your body naturally aligns, reducing the risk of imbalance and activating muscle groups that may have been weak for years. By controlling both the descent and the rise, you train both strength and muscular endurance, which is essential after 50, when muscle loss accelerates. Over time, you can intensify the exercise by changing the tempo, descending slowly and rising more quickly. This variation works different types of muscle fibers, increases strength, and improves your muscles' responsiveness in daily tasks. You can also track your progress by noting the time for each set, how your body feels, and the small improvements week after week. With consistency, this movement becomes a medicine for muscle loss and the foundation for a more active life. Now that your body understands the first movement, let's move on to the second exercise, the one that corrects your posture, strengthens your upper torso, reduces neck and shoulder pain, and restores your chest's natural openness, the incline push-up. This version is done against a wall, table, or elevated surface, which reduces joint load but still delivers excellent stimulation to the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. The most important part of this variation isn't the strength it requires, but how it realigns your posture. With every well-executed rep, your shoulder blades align, your spine is supported, and your postural muscles awaken. The incline push-up is one of the smartest exercises someone over 50 can do because it offers just the right balance your aging body needs, enough challenge to strengthen the upper muscles, without the strain that often leads to pain or injury when attempting traditional floor push-ups. When you position yourself in front of a wall or elevated surface, with your hands at chest height and your body aligned from head to heels, something powerful happens. Your stabilizing muscles immediately engage. Your shoulders settle into the correct position, your shoulder blades move more freely, your spine naturally lengthens, and your core activates to prevent your hips from dropping or your lower back from arching. It's a simple yet highly effective movement for reactivating muscles that may have been neglected for years. Every rep of the incline push-up strengthens your chest, shoulders, and triceps, but the benefit goes beyond strength. As you push your body away from the wall, you're training your muscles to support proper posture throughout the day. This means less rounded shoulders, a more relaxed neck, less upper back pain, a more open chest, and a feeling of muscular lightness that even improves your breathing. Many people over 50 notice they're becoming more hunched over, with a closed chest, as if gravity is pulling their body forward. This postural pattern doesn't appear by chance. It results from years of muscle weakness, tightness, compensations, and poor posture during simple activities like looking at a phone, sitting at a desk, or carrying bags. That's why the incline push-up is so important. It not only strengthens your muscles, but also retrains your body to align itself correctly. When you perform this movement with intention, inhaling as you move toward the wall, and exhaling as you push away, your breathing syncs with your strength. This detail, often overlooked, improves core stability and activates the deep abdominal muscles that are essential for preventing lower back pain. Over time, as your strength improves, you can reduce the incline, starting at the wall, then progressing to a table, then a countertop, and eventually to a lower surface. Each decrease in incline increases the intensity of the exercise in a controlled and safe way. Another advantage of this movement is joint safety. Unlike the floor push-up, which puts a lot of stress on the shoulders and wrists, the incline push-up distributes the weight more gently. This allows people with shoulder osteoarthritis, sensitive wrists, or weak triceps to train without pain, inflammation, or fear of injury. That's why it's one of the best tools to build real functional strength, the kind needed to push heavy objects, get up more easily, carry groceries, and even protect the shoulders from future injuries. By practicing incline push-ups a few times a week, you'll begin to notice changes not just in your muscles, but in how you move. Your posture improves, your neck relaxes, your shoulders realign, your chest opens up, and your breathing becomes deeper and more efficient. This directly influences your daily energy levels, your willingness to walk more, and even your ability to sleep better at night. As an added bonus, many people report that chronic upper back pain significantly decreases after just a few weeks of consistent practice. But the greatest benefit of this exercise lies in how it combines strength with coordination. When you keep your body aligned while moving, you're training your brain and nervous system to coordinate different muscles at the same time. This improves your body's overall stability, enhances balance, and reduces the risk of falls, one of the biggest dangers for people over 60. Incline push-ups work almost like a reset button for your posture, helping your body relearn how to align correctly, even during simple daily activities. All of this becomes even more effective when you vary the tempo of the movement. One day, perform slow reps. This increases time under tension and strengthens your endurance muscle fibers. On another day, include a brief pause with your body close to the wall before pushing away, which activates the muscles responsible for stabilizing your shoulders and chest even more. Tracking your progress, Noting how many reps you completed and how you felt afterward boosts commitment and helps support gradual progress. After mastering the first and second exercises, we arrive at the third and final movement in this functional routine, the hip raise with breathing control, also known as the glute bridge. Although it seems simple, this exercise is one of the most powerful tools you can use to strengthen the posterior chain, a group of muscles essential for walking, maintaining posture, lifting objects, protecting the lower back, and preventing falls. When you lie on your back, bend your knees, and push your hips upward, you immediately activate the glutes, hamstrings, deep core muscles, and even the lower back. This simultaneous activation brings strength back to your body center, creating the stability needed for almost all functional movements in your daily life. And what's most interesting is that besides strengthening, the glute bridge also helps release accumulated tension in the lower back, often caused by long hours of sitting, poor posture, inactivity, or weak glutes. The way you breathe during this exercise is essential. Taking a deep breath before starting the movement creates internal stability, as if you were inflating a natural belt inside your abdomen. As you exhale while raising your hips, you further activate the muscles that stabilize your pelvis and core, creating a synergy that protects your spine and improves neuromuscular control. With this combination of strength and breath, you teach your body to work in a smarter, more efficient, and safer way. Over time, you can increase the difficulty of the movement. First, hold the top position for a few seconds. This recruits additional muscle fibers and improves endurance. Then, try lifting one leg at a time while keeping your pelvis stable. This variation is excellent for correcting muscle imbalances as it forces each side of the body to work independently. Another option is to place a resistance band above your knees to intensify the activation of the lateral glutes, which are responsible for hip stability during walking. The benefits of this exercise go far beyond muscle strength. People who practice it regularly notice a significant improvement in posture, especially in the ability to keep the torso upright when walking or standing for long periods. Pelvic stability increases, reducing the risk of lower back pain. Hip mobility improves, decreasing stiffness that often prevents simple movements like tying shoes or climbing stairs. Overall, the sense of strength in the legs and core increases, directly impacting your daily independence. Another great point about the glute bridge is its impact on blood circulation in the pelvic region. The movement helps to relieve tension in commonly tight areas, improves oxygen flow to the tissues, and increases the feeling of lightness in the legs. This reduces not only pain but also the muscular fatigue that so many people experience when walking long distances or carrying weight. By integrating this exercise into your weekly routine, you are building a solid foundation for maintaining full body strength. It pairs well with hip flexor stretches and spinal mobility exercises, which help restore muscular balance and prevent injuries. Practicing 2 to 3 times per week, focusing on quality rather than quantity, delivers real, long-lasting, and deeply beneficial results for anyone over 50. When performed with precision and control, the glute bridge becomes not just an exercise, but a powerful tool for self-care and longevity. It improves the way you move, the efficiency of your muscles, the stability of your joints, and even the way you breathe. Combined with the first 2 exercises, the special squat and the incline push-up, it completes a routine that strengthens the entire body in a simple, effective, and age-accessible way. Now that you're familiar with the special squat, the incline push-up, and the hip raise with breathing control, it's time to understand how these 3 practices fit into a simple, straightforward plan that can transform your life in just a few weeks. The first exercise, the special squat, restores one of life's most fundamental abilities, sitting and standing up without pain, without difficulty, and without using your hands for support. It may seem basic, but this ability is one of the greatest indicators of independence in older adults. When you perform a special squat, you're training much more than strength. You're training neuromuscular coordination, balance, postural control, hip stability, and the ability to generate strength from a disadvantaged position. In practice, this means you're training to get up from a couch without using momentum, to climb stairs without relying on walls, to bend down without fear, to pick something up from the floor without straining your back, and to live with more freedom. This exercise activates the glutes and quadriceps, muscles that tend to weaken first with age, and also engages the deep abdominal muscles, which protect the spine and help prevent lower back pain. All of this directly impacts your walking quality, your balance, and your overall safety while moving. The The second exercise, the incline push-up, strengthens the upper body, improves posture, opens the chest, and relieves neck and shoulder pain. People over 50 often develop a postural pattern called increased thoracic kyphosis, that exaggerated curvature that leaves the person leaning forward with a closed chest and the neck projecting downward. This doesn't happen just because of aging, but due to years of sitting, repetitive tasks, muscle weakness, and shortening that accumulates silently. The incline push-up corrects this masterfully. By keeping the body aligned and pushing back during each repetition, you're teaching the postural muscles to do their job again. It's like recalibrating the body to function as it should. This muscular re-education provides benefits that go far beyond aesthetics. Improves breathing, reduces neck pain, relieves shoulder tension, and brings back that sense of lightness in the upper torso. The third exercise, the hip bridge with breathing control, strengthens the glutes, the most important muscles for walking with stability and protecting the lower back, while also engaging the deep core muscles and improving hip mobility. When you push your hips upward, you're activating exactly the muscles that support your posture and stabilize your pelvis during walking. The lack of activation of these muscles is responsible for most chronic lower back pain that appears between the ages of 40 and 70. And it doesn't stop there. Strong glutes reduce knee overload, improve stair climbing stability, lower fall risk on uneven ground, and even enhance sleep quality by easing spinal discomfort. Using conscious breathing during this exercise creates a deep mind-body connection, making the movement more efficient, safer, and more beneficial. Breathing helps stabilize the pelvis, improves motor control, and enhances oxygen flow to the engaged muscle tissues. Now that you understand the role of the 3 exercises, let's move on to what matters most: how to apply this in practice and turn it into a habit that truly delivers results. The recommendation is simple and designed to fit into any schedule, no matter how busy. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you'll perform 3 sets of each exercise. First, 3 sets of the special squat. Then, 3 sets of the incline push-up. And finally, 3 sets of the hip bridge with breathing control. This routine takes between 15 and 20 minutes. It's short, straightforward, and incredibly effective. When you perform these exercises with intention, without rushing, and with a focus on execution quality, you're giving your body the stimulus it needs to reverse years of weakness, stiffness, and functional loss. This isn't just about building muscle, it's about regaining your ability to live with ease. Within a month, you may notice firmer legs, less pain when standing up, better balance while walking, greater confidence when supporting yourself, and even a significant improvement in your walking speed. This happens because these exercises target exactly the muscles responsible for your mobility and daily independence. Consistency is what truly brings transformation. It's not one intense workout that creates deep change. It's the accumulation of dozens of well-executed sessions over the weeks. Every time you commit to your practice, your body responds. Muscles activate, nerves learn, joints become more stable, and posture reorganizes itself. You are literally teaching your body to function better, lighter, safer, and more efficiently. The complete routine is simple but powerful. 3 sets of the special squat, 3 sets of the incline push-up, and 3 sets of the hip bridge with breathing control. All of this in under half an hour. Even if you start with just a few repetitions, the key is consistency. And whenever possible, improve a detail. Do 1 more rep. Hold for 1 more second at the top. Adjust your posture. Breathe better. Every detail you add is a building block in constructing your functional strength. And when you're ready, share your progress. Share it with a friend, a family member, or someone else who needs this encouragement. The journey doesn't have to be a solitary one. And when you share your results, you inspire others to take their first step. The more people find strength through these movements, the more lives can be transformed. So always remember, it doesn't matter how old you are, how long it's been since you last trained, or how you're starting out. What truly matters is starting. Every repetition is an investment in yourself. Every movement is a silent affirmation that you are still capable. You can still improve. Your body can still surprise you. And believe this, the best is yet to come. All you have to do is start today and keep moving. Because when you take care of your body, it takes care of you in return, with more strength, more balance, more vitality, and a new outlook for the years ahead.